Right, let's start off with the big one, the one that everyone's dreading to watch on Thursday. Leeds against Castleford. Castleford can't win, Leeds can't win. What say you, Gary Schofield?
Big opening ceremony at the North Stand.
Well, another ceremony of opening of the full stadium now. You know, it should be a great atmosphere. But Mark, as you mentioned, two teams that are just.
Will it be a great atmosphere? I don't think it will.
Oh no,
it'll be quiet.
It will be. I would say it'll be a very sombre, anticipated crowd. I would imagine to see what reaction, what we're going to get from last Saturday. So. The game, 4 weeks ago, the drop goal from Dwyer. Leeds had it won. Cass had it won. Leeds managed to do it. Boy, oh boy. You know what? I'm fed up of giving Leeds second chances. I'm going Cass by 10.
Excellent. That means Leeds will win. Fantastic. Leeds by 1 in Golden Point extra time with the hooker kicking a 40-metre drop goal.
Oh, Phil, pathetic. Pathetic, Mr. Kaplan.
I've no idea.
Two F's in that pathetic.
I've no idea. There's no form line in either of these two teams at the moment.
I mean,
Richard Shaw.
Last week when we did the predictions, we didn't know David Fernand was going to get sacked. So by the time we get round to 7:45 on Thursday, at least going to have a new coach, and it could be Sean Wayne. And
could be Darryl Powell.
Let's hope it's Sean Wayne. I'm hoping it's Sean Wayne, and I'm not Sean Wayne's agent.
So everything could have changed by then. Jeez, it's been a long time since I've updated this spreadsheet.
I must be top by now.
I need to do some proper thinking now. I'm going to go for a Leeds win because I saw Castleford in the flesh on Friday and they were rubbish. And the thing I did say about the game on Saturday while it was going on is I'd rather rather Bradford got through because had Wakefield drawn them. I don't think Bradford can get better than that performance because everything added up for them.
Yeah, it was a perfect storm.
Whereas Leeds can't get much worse.
And had he kicked the goal at the end, they might well have won the game.
So I'm going to go for Leeds narrowly, but I don't think it's going to be pretty. But I don't think it needs to be pretty. Sir Richard Agar, he's back on Twitter. Good to see him back on Twitter this week. I've got Leeds by 2.
If Castleford don't win this week, I'm going to say it now, the season is over. It's over. They're not only before, but they're 2 points off the playoffs at the minute. It might seem, and they've got all these players to come back. They could still win Super League. But Darryl Powell, how many times has he gone to the well, criticised, I want a reaction. If you don't get one this week, I'm starting to... Richard said to me when they lost the grand final, that's it, Cass won't win anything. And I thought he's just been a Wakefield biased git.
Yeah, everyone.
Right, but I'm starting to think he might be right. Darryl Powell put together the dream team to win Super League, and it didn't win Super League when it was supposed to, and that team has never been the same again. I know they've got big players missing. They need a performance. They have to win on Thursday. I think they will win. I'm going to go Castleford by 8. Right, Huddersfield Hull KR. This is a decent game on Friday.
Should be. Huddersfield, half decent against St Helens, but as I said about St Helens, there's a top performance on and off from there. OKR, well, what you get for OKR, you get brilliance or you get ordinariness from them, don't you? But I just think Hulkies of Rovers, I think they'll be remember that performance what they put in there about 4 or 5 weeks ago, which after half an hour the players gave in. I would imagine Tim Sheens will be reminding of that performance. The supporters weren't a lot better from there. So I'm going for Hull KR to maintain the good away form. Won't repeat the performance against Huddersfield like they did 4 or 5 weeks ago. I'm going Hull KR to win. I'm going Hull KR to win by 7.
Well done, Len.
For Huddersfield's season not to have been over this week, they have to win this game and stay within touching distance of potentially the 5. And I think on the back of the defensive performance they gave against Saints, irrespective of whether you think Saints should have won by more, I thought that was a really decent performance by Huddersfield. And I don't know if Hull KR can do back-to-back at the moment, so I'm going Huddersfield by 12.
Richard?
I haven't got a clue on this one. I just do not have a clue. There's nothing between these two teams, the league table. There's nothing. I'm just going to go for Hull KR by 4, and I've got no real reason to do it.
I just look at Huddersfield, couldn't beat half a Wakefield team, although only played for 20 minutes. Only played for 20 minutes at Warrington, got spanked there. Yeah, they kept it close against Saints. I think that was more down to Saints being lacklustre than Huddersfield being great. Got to be honest. The Saints, if Huddersfield play for 20-minute spell against Wakey and Warrington, they do it for 80 minutes, they'll win. They would win pretty much every week. They can't do it, and I think there's a few cracks being papered over at Huddersfield. They've got a few key players that might be moving on end of the season. I'm going for Hull KR. I think Hull KR showed some balls winning on Saturday in the Cup. I think they'll show some guts again and win this weekend. I'm going Hull KR by 7. 7. St Helens Salford.
This will be quick.
Well, Salford seem to play pretty well away from home, don't they? But Saints, so just keep marching on. We thought Albrook at time might rest senior players, but he's not doing it. He keeps picking the same squad week in and week out.
No,
so.
yeah, he does.
No,
He
is.
He's rolling him.
Not too.
He's
many.
rolling him.
Not too many.
He's giving some of the kids a chance.
Yeah, not too many though. Don't worry about that. Not too many, but I just think the juggernaut will keep going from there, and I think Saints will win this quite easily. I'm going Saints by 24.
I don't think Saints will win it easily because I think this is a make or break game for Salford in the same way that it was against Huddersfield. The excuses are out there now, so they can't use that again. Either Salford are going to be a team fulfilling potential this year, or they've already accepted that it's breaking up. So I think they will throw something into it. But this Saints team looks as near invincible as I've seen in the modern era at the moment. That they've always got somebody that can do something to pull them out the mire. So I think Saints by 10.
Like Phil, I think this will be one of those games which is probably closer than you expect. So when I say this now, Saints will win by about 30. But Saints will win, and I will go Saints by 18.
I'm reading into Scoy's chat earlier about if it's a fractured camp at Salford, then they're beyond hope. They may as well give up now, sell the players, shut up the doors, and go home. Just don't bother. I hope you're wrong.
Rob Elson.
I hope you're wrong.
What new beginning?
I also think St Helens this week, despite Justin Albrook smiling, we're in the next round of the Cup, I reckon they'll have got a right doing today at training for that performance last night. Wasn't good enough. A good team would have beaten him. I think we see the bounce back of that this weekend. I think we see an emphatic win. If Salford are fractured in the dressing room,
and they are,
and that's what your leader, and I'll
you.
go with you. Your sources are generally
you.
very, very good.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm going Saints by 34. I think it could be a landslide. I stand by all the Salford. Salford, I better get up. Whenever I pick Salford, they always lose.
Well, we all picked him last week.
Yeah, so sod off. Catalan Wigan. You let it that bit out, won't you?
No.
Catalan Wigan.
That's what happens when you talk to people.
In the new camp.
It's breaking new history, isn't it? New beginnings, new history. Let's hope we have brand new performances, and that they're putting a great show for the greatest game of all, the Catalans and Wigan Warriors. I was very impressed by Wigan against Warrington in the Challenge Cup. The Catalan Dragons, they want to put on the show. I would, both trophies will be on parade from there. Let's just hope they do the game justice. After Wigan's performance against Warrington, I think that'll be a confidence booster. I'm going for the Warrington to beat Catalans by 10.
I hope the first thing we get is a record crowd for a Super League game. I think we will. I think they'll sell more, or will have already sold more than 25,000 tickets, which I think is a massive boost for the game. And any rugby league supporters that go on Twitter and say the stadium's half empty when it holds 100,000 people need to be horsewhipped by Robert Elston himself. I think this is such a prestigious event for the Dragons that they will be absolutely pumped up for this. This will bring back memories of that day at Wembley, which caused them to be at the Camp Nou anyway. I think they'll have the bulk of the crowd behind them, and the Catalonians are fanatical about anybody that represents them and wears that. And if they keep their discipline in that white hot atmosphere like they did at Wembley, I think they will win. But I don't know, 12.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the Catalans as well. Wigan season is over now, isn't it? I think we've.
No, I think they still make the 5. Definitely.
No, I'm going Catalans. And Catalans by 8.
I think this is a game, right, as a neutral, and I say neutral, no anti-Wigan bias here. I think as a rugby league fan, we need Catalans to win this game, because if they win it, and it's a great event, there's every chance it might happen again next year. And it might become a bit of a...
More investors might want to get involved in the sport.
I think this is the biggest game in the Rugby League season. And I mean
Yes,
that. It's
I
going to
agree.
give us a record crowd. It's going to be brilliant. I'm gutted I can't go. I think everyone at the Dragons, this has got to have been a focus. This has got to have been a focus. They must win this game. Wigan had a really tough game. Can they back that up? They've got Warrington again next week at the Magic. When do they prioritise that? Look, they could play really well against Catalans and lose anyway.
And they've got all the
the
travel
Dragons.
element.
I'm going the Dragons. I think the Dragons will win. A Guijo drop goal. They're going to win. I'm going 7 again. I'm going 7. Dragons by 7. Right, London Wakefield. Repeat of the opening day when London beat Wakefield. Legend.
Yeah, it was. But what I did, I questioned what sort of attitude Wakefield would go down there. I think they'll certainly have a different attitude this time, and they know what London's all about. They know what that service and stadium's all about from there. So, yeah, but London, they'll give a good account themselves. This would have been one game where I would imagine Danny Ward would have ticked the box and saying, right, okay, this is a massive possibility for 2 points, but I just feel as though Wakefield, the way they're playing, good leadership from all the senior players from there, they'll have the right attitude this time. I don't think they're easy. I don't think they'll have it all their own way. I'll go Wakefield by 10.
I don't think it'd be easy either. I think the big advantage for London is that they've had the week off.
Yeah, bang on.
Which at this stage in the season is massive. You can really prepare.
Oh dear.
Is it Sean Way?
That's David Ferner.
Let's put you back on his list. But I still think that the one thing that Chris Chester wants out of his side is a response when they haven't played well. I don't think they played well this week, and I think that again might have been not taking the opposition they were playing as serious enough as they should have done. He will be no doubt extolling all week what went wrong in week 1 and that they just couldn't live up to the hype. And it wasn't that they lost that game, it was that they were ahead by 12 points on 2 occasions and couldn't close it out. So I think that Chris Chester will be impressed upon his guys that they have to right a wrong this week, and they will by 6.
We just picked numbers at random.
Of course we did.
And bizarrely, the number I picked is the same number I picked in week 1. And I'm still sticking with it. I think Wakefield will obviously have learned from the first week. They obviously have taken something out of sneaking past Widnes as they did on Friday. And will have been given a kick up the backside this week. And I think they will win, as they did in week 1, and was wrong, by 22 points.
Week off for London, huge, absolutely huge.
At this stage of the season.
I thought Wakefield had got to London week 1 and batter them. I thought they had no chance, London. You know what? I think London are going to win this week. I said last week I think Wakefield could win Super League, and I still maintain they can win Super League. But it's a long old season, and they're playing busted, Wakefield. You can't. They're playing busted badly. You know, they struggle to beat Widnes. I don't think the team's going to be too much different going down to the capital. London know what it takes to beat this team. I think London will win it. It'll be tight. London by 2.
I tell you what, with that prediction, you better be careful on the golf course if you're playing with Michael Carter. He
Not playing him this week, don't matter.
He won't be shouting for if the golf ball comes near you.
Last one, Warrington Hull.
Yeah. Warrington, they weren't impressive at all yesterday against Wigan. I thought Wigan were very, very unlucky, to be honest with you. And the black and whites, well, they'll want to keep hanging around the top.
Well, they
5
conceded 143 points in their last 2 games with Warrington.
Yeah, I would imagine that will be reminded to them all week by Reynolds this week. But can they change it around? No, I don't think so, to be honest with you, from there. Warrington, they seem to have got the wool over the black and whites. I'm going Warrington by 16.
I think Steve Price said all the right things after they beat Wigan on Sunday. I'm not sure behind closed doors he would have felt exactly the same. I think he knew they hung on and they have to be better. And I think what you said about Justin Holbrook, whipping them up, I think Steve Price will have been doing that this week. Too many of his star names didn't perform the way he wants them to perform. I can't get a line on Hull at the moment. Hull can be brilliant or atrocious, and I have no idea which one's turning up this week. But I'll go Warrington to win by 12. Could be anything.
We're all going for very similar numbers because it is that kind of game where Warrington will probably not ease to victory but win by a comfortable margin in the end. As we mentioned earlier, Hull didn't have to be brilliant to beat Cass. They just did what they did to beat what was in front of them. To take nothing away from Hull's performance at all. But I think Warrington will win, obviously, and they will win by 14 points.
We saw Scott Taylor after the game at the weekend, and he made a big thing about it being the cup, how that mentally refreshed and switched everyone back on. It's back to the league this week. We've seen Hull being very weak. Once they get beat, they get well beat. And I think they'll get well beat again. I'm sorry to say it. I think Warrington, they know they can beat Hull. They'll play with a little bit more confidence. I'm not sure. I don't think you can draw a line through that line of form last week. They beat Cass. That's all they had to do. We said it the week before. They left players out to win that game. I'm not sure they play that well. I think Warrington will win. I think the only thing that might keep it reasonably close is Warrington have a habit of easing up when they get in front. They haven't done that against Hull last two. 24 Warrington. Prove me wrong, Hull. Prove me wrong.
And the other big game, Greece and Norway in the World Cup.
Greece and Norway, yeah. Well, we won't go into that now. Good luck to Greece. Good luck to Norway.